Hello, hello. Good evening. Welcome to another PLAMonday. Sitting here in the workshop, spending another couple hours painting my unfinished architect kit. And yeah, I did a last live stream on Saturday with my friend Oki from Archipaferret. It was a spontaneous occasion, but I think I will do this like once a month, hosting a build stream with a friend of mine. I mean, most likely Oki, but who knows. And within this live stream format, I will also include a little short recap my month in the hobby, like figures that I pre-ordered, figures that I bought, figures that I built or photographed or whatever I did in the month. And I'll also try to take a look at all the figures that were released during that month, and maybe I will order my top pick for the month. I did this with the Senjogahara. I received the payment, not confirmation, the payment request. I haven't paid her yet, but I received the payment request from AmiAmi today. It's strange because normally when I order a figure, she only comes out in a year plus, but now I already received the payment order like the next day. So I will pay this, and then hopefully she will come here in February. I'm very positive. And also another grand scale kit, like I guess it was the Gurai, or is it Gorai? I don't know, like the other Fremam girl, the famous one. I think it's Gorai. Without any armor and clothes, so just basically the naked body. Because I like the 1/6 scale, and I will try to buy some clothes, some like textile clothes, some real fabric clothes. Maybe I can bother my mom again so that she sew me one, and then I can have her wear normal looking clothes, and maybe this is the figure I will put in my PC, because I've painted now all the parts, or most of the parts, all the parts, and we wouldn't sit here, wouldn't we? Yeah. I painted most of them already, and now they are a bit like rough on the surface. So yeah, I don't know if it's a wise idea to put it into a PC where it's gets dusty pretty quick, and I wouldn't be able to clean them proper. So I just will put her in my showcase as well. So yeah, those are the parts I already almost finished. I think it's a good result. With some of them, I'm really pleased with some of them, some of them are not finished yet, but quite, and some of them I've even didn't start yet. So yeah, but this is the thing I'm currently working on, and of course I still have a few parts that aren't even sanded yet. So I don't know how much longer it will take me to finish this kit. Maybe like 2 or 3 more sittings, and I also need to do the finish, the top coat. And since I can't do it outside currently because it's still cold, I have to pack up the kit and go to my parents' apartment, because they have like a big basement thing where you can spray around and nobody cares. Because I also don't want to spray inside this workshop too much, because it stinks and it's not the best for my for my for my health. So yeah, but I came up like doing it at my workplace, but this is also kind of complicated, so I will do it there, and hopefully this goes well. I ordered the proper top coat from Mr. Hobby, and I hope that I don't ruin it with this last step. So of course I will try it on one piece, like the extra piece that was included, but yeah, still every piece is a little bit challenge because I've never done this before, top coating, and I'm not so good with spray cans either. Most of the time when I'm doing stuff for my figure backgrounds, when I use spray can, it's usually not the last coat. It's just primer or stuff like that, but then again, it's pretty unnecessary. I just use normal paint instead. So okay, so I have my tea. It's more important than ever, the tea, because honestly, I came home today, or I woke up today, and my central heating system failed. So I'm currently have no heating at the house, and it's still cold outside. It's not so cold than it was the last couple days or weeks, but still a bit annoying because I don't know what it is, and hopefully this week somebody comes and looks at it and hopefully fixes it. But now I have my tea, and here in the workshop, aka the basement, it's always chilly. It's chilly in the summer, it's chilly in the winter, so I don't care. I have my sweatshirt, my hoodie, and I can even go a little bit gangster. Yo, gangster Gampla builder here. What's up? No, I don't like. I like hoodie as a concept, like how it looks like this, but I don't like the hood part of the hoodie. That annoys me. I can't wear it. Also, I look silly with it. So, but also it bugs me. I can't hear proper because it robs me of my peripheral vision or my hearing, and yeah, I don't like wearing the hood of the hoodie. So yeah. Okay, so tea. I've got some tools already lying here, and yeah, one last thing. We did the build stream on Saturday, and of course the build stream, there is also always the danger that stuff is falling down. It's hitting the floor, and I have this little floor counter here. 5 parts already kissed the floor on Saturday, and today maybe another part will add it, but basically after the stream I will rate a fellow creator, a fellow Gampler or a miniature builder, and I have to cheer the minimum bits per part. So I guess since they always do like 50 to 100 bits minimum cheer, I'm already at like maybe 500 bits. So every time that something drops on the floor, it costs me money. So I try to avoid it. That's the challenge, okay? So, and it doesn't matter if it's like a plastic part from the kit or if it's a tool, or I don't know what else. Maybe if I like spill my tea or something really bad happens, then I might have to rage quit as well, because it's really annoying. So hopefully nothing bad happens, because like it's all I have like all those clutter around me, so it's getting a bit cramped. Okay. So, tuck up my sleeves, and we are off to the races. Need my brushes, and like those are the brushes I have already had in use. And of course I need my paint. Where is it? I don't need the blue, I need the panel line ink. That's okay. There are those paints. So I will start with the black, I think. Is this the black one? Yes. Okay. So let me see. Is this still good? I have to add a little bit of water to the paint, I guess. A few droplets of water. And now I have to stir it, but I don't have a steering spoon. Let me get a couple of those. Can never know for sure when I need them. So because I have to mix it as well. So, and let me change the camera so that you can see all the action. I hope the music is okay. So, because I changed also the method like I play music, but the idea is still, if I shut my mouth, then the music should become more hearable, more enjoyable. So I hope this goes well. But if the music is too silent, or if I'm too loud, just let me know in the chat so that I can fix this. Okay, let's see. Brushes are, nothing fell to the floor. Don't panic. Also, I'm not trying to cheat with the floor stuff. I can't promise you that I don't cheat, but I don't want to cheat. So I'll have to reactivate those brushes with the paint thinner. You can always wash them out so thoroughly, but still there still is paint, especially in the back part of the brush. So the front part always stays smooth, but the back part most always of the time gets a bit hard and filled with acrylic paint. Because basically acrylic paint is nothing else than pigment and glue, so it's just colored glue in the end of the day. So no wonder that it gets hard. Okay, so let me see. We need those parts of the skirt, and the blue part I did kind of well, I would say. It's not so bad. It's not 100% perfect, but then again, it's my first time trying with like subpar equipment and subpar paint, so I'm happy with it, how it went down. And I guess I will now add the pre-optimum layer of this black skirt, because everything more will just not be very helpful, wouldn't add much to the overall result. But yeah, so and if you didn't watch the live stream on Saturday, but still want to hear my experiences during the month, my month in figures, you can still watch the VOD or on YouTube the recording. It's in the beginning of the video, so you don't have to wait. And it's like only like 20 minutes, half an hour of me sitting in a chair and talking about stuff I did, and showing also a few pictures that correlate. And since live streaming without an operator at the studio is kinda impossible right now, I will just pre-record those videos in the near future and have them at the beginning of each build stream once a month. And also I will try to host them on YouTube as well as a single video, and let's see how the people react, because you never know. Because with the figure reviews, the feedback is most of the time very positive, what really gives me joy and motivates me. But still, the figure reviews are kind of a service video, because you are interested in a certain figure that you might pre-order or have already pre-ordered, or because, you know, confirmation bias is a thing, but you just want to know about the figure, and I deliver on this premise. But if it's just me talking about my my experiences and my journey through the whole month, I don't know if people are interested. But then again, I most often see people on my figure collection do this in a written form, like a blog entry, and they show people what they ordered during the month. And yeah, I guess people still read it and consume this kind of content. So hopefully the people will like the videos as well. So, and of course I would try to improve on them as well. So yeah. So also right now I'm in the midst of finishing the next figure review. Hopefully I can finish it by next week, or so Monday, Tuesday, latest Wednesday next week is my goal post to have it finished. Because believe it or not, I always tend to give myself very strict deadlines. Even if it's just a hobby, or it really doesn't matter if it's done today or tomorrow or even like in a month. Ultimately nobody is waiting for it, nobody pays me, nobody gives a damn. I just try to give myself very strict deadlines, and I'm eager to keep them, just as a promise to myself. Because first of all, it's kind of a mindset thing, I guess. And second of all, I have other things to do. I want to move on. I already want to move on. I'm now working on this review, but in my head, I'm already want to move on to other things. So I press on that it will be finished in time, and so that I can move on to other projects. Because it would be like a mental load when I you know, start 5 projects and none of them are finished. I really don't like this. So even right now, where I have basically like 3 things simultaneously that I'm working on, like this build here, this Gampla Plamo thingy, then my figure backdrop for Hoshu Marine, and then of course the review stuff or the video stuff. So basically 3 things I have to work on now, in addition to like private stuff as well. I mean, I'm not just a God damn it. Oh, boom goes the dynamite, I guess. Okay, so another part, another counter. However, I did so well the last 2 streams, but yeah, it flew away. So yeah, I guess someone will receive a few bits today, but yeah. I wonder how they react if some rando comes along and the first thing he does into the stream after raiding is donate some bits. I also don't know how this whole system works, honestly, because I was just looking for like cheering or something like this, and I thought like bits are just basically like tokens that you can hand out to content creators, like in like a substitute for money. Because I know that you can gift subscriptions, and it's basically like giving them like $5 because someone will receive a subscription instead of paying for them by themselves. But I still don't know what bits are, because I've seen that most streamers use bits for like special activities, like emotes or like a call to action. Basically, you can do on the stream. God damn it. But I don't know if he will receive any money if I use my bits to do a silly little emote or silly little like prompt or stuff like that. So I don't know. But I guess like cheering is the thing I was looking for. To cheer someone on, and yeah. For some reason this part doesn't look that nice. Like the surface is a bit bumpy, but yeah. I'm also so curious about the top coat. I'm so nervous because from what I heard or from what I have seen to top coat parts, it's like just 2 quick spritz, like and it's finished. And when I worked with spray cans, I use much more or less this. Like the more university logo I did for the showcase, I basically drenched it in top coat. And so yeah, and I still haven't had the impression that it is too much. So let me see how the top coat works on the plastic model kits. So we just add a bit of water. A bit. Maybe this helps, because it amazes me how quick this colors dry. Because I'm basically just use so little paint that it dries instantly. But still, it's very cold here and also kind of moist. So I would have thought that it dries a bit slower, but still it dries very quick. So earlier today when I prepped for the stream, I also printed out a little baking tray in smart doll size. Came out quite good, because I had the matte black filament, so I was able to print it, and it looks really good. So cute. And I placed a couple of like miniature cookies on there, and I will glue them onto the baking sheet. And yeah, it's one of those little miniatures I will give to my mom, because she has a birthday this week. And yeah, I'm like a big child, so making like DIY stuff for her, like a macaroni picture. But she does it as well, so I guess it's fine. And also, of course, I will buy her a bouquet, some flowers, and like a nice perfume, or some soap. I don't know. Okay, so what's another part that has to be blacked? What's with this one? Okay, so I've already, the skirt is almost finished, but then the torso is still a lot of work, because I have like those 2 parts here, and I can't separate them well, so I just have to be a bit more carefully with the painting. But yeah, basically the blue is turned out quite well. I'm almost satisfied with this result, almost. And of course, from like a distance, like if you're standing 1 or 2 feet away, like I'm now to those parts, it looks good. Of course, when I will film it with my Super Duty macro lens, it might look horrible compared to a regular scale figure. This was also the case with my model kits. When I started well, I say model kits, but the technical term should be garage kits, like those resin statues you built by yourself. I did a couple of those back in the day when I was a mere child. I did a couple of garage kits because it was the cool thing to do. All the cool hip otaku boys and girls did garage kits back then, huffing on those resin dust. And yeah, so I did a couple of those. And of course I did figure photos with them as well. And even back then, I mean, scale figures back then were also kinda rough, kinda ugly, I would say, compared to today. Still, my painted kits looked horrible in comparison. And you can see every single mispaint and paint error if you photograph it and zoom really near in. I mean, luckily, you can also quite easily get rid of those imperfections in post-production. That's why I love figure photographing so much compared to like filming for reviews, because when there is some speck of dust on the figure and I film it for the review, yeah, it always looks horrible and you can't really get rid of it. But if you do the same thing with a photo, I don't really care. I just remove it and nobody knows that it was there. But with filming, it's a quite different beast. But yeah. And after I finish my review for Anya, like I said, I'm always one step ahead in my I'm always one step ahead in my head. I will start with the Marine review, because first of all, I've already unboxed her and I have to keep her clean, because it helps if the figure is clean to not have like specks of dust on it, like I said. I mean there are like 3 things to achieve this. First of all, a clean environment where you film. Second of all, a clean equipment, so no dust on the sensor. And third of all, of course, no dust on the figure itself. So, and if you keep those 3 things, you know, if you make them happen, if you keep it that way, you almost have a good result. And still something can happen, so it's not guaranteed. Luckily, I can now also like record the footage and simultaneously watch it live on my PC screen. So because if there is a speck of dust on her face, for example, and you film it and just use the camera, the built-in monitor of the camera, the LCD, you can't see shit. And so very often I filmed it and I was very happy, because like with those small displays, the footage, it's like the same with a smartphone. The footage always looks like so good, so crisp, so like saturated. It's like, it really looks good. And if you watch it then on a PC, you think, oh my god, this looks so ugly. And of course you also see all the dust thingies and imperfections, so yeah. And that's the reason why when I receive a figure today, since I want to do the reviews, I just let them in the box. I know I made like fun of box collectors in the past, but now I'm a box collector as well, because since I have a bit of a backlog all the time, it might be that a figure I buy and receive will stay in the box for like half a year. So, but at least I have the studio now and I can put her on the shelf with the box, and it acts as a decoration. It looks nice. I like my studio decoration. I mean, I like how the studio turned out in general. I'm very proud of the studio, even if I don't use it that much. But I think it looks good. And now I'm also like have the sound problems under control, because I kind of figured out what went wrong, and I didn't even have to change the settings. It was simple, like a user mistake. So now that this is also out of the question, I might to use it more often, because it is fun to work with. Oh, someone is in the chat. Hi there, Karatakus. Oh, hi. Welcome to the stream. Another Monday, another PLAMonday. Sitting here, fighting against the cold, because central heating went down. So maybe I should clip the moments when parts hit the floor as well, so to have them immortalized on a wall of shame. But yeah, stream on Sunday, or was it Sunday? No, it was Saturday. Stream on Saturday was fun, together with Oki. Interestingly, we didn't make much progress. I mean, he started a new kit, like, what was it? I can't remember. The main robot from, what's it called? Darling in the Franxx. It has like those silly name, like the 102 is piloting, like Stera something, Stevia, I don't know. Kind of freaky design. And I started with my Emma from the high school line of Plamo girls, Kotobukiya thing. And it was the first time to build in this scale such a girl. And I was just able to build like torso, the head, the second head, and yeah, that's it. And a few arms. And already I can say it looks better than the grand scale. It looks not as plasticky, but still, when I did the hair, and of course there are like this wine red, this dark red. The stress marks are terrible on this color, so I sanded like crazy, and of course you still can see some of those stress marks and imperfections, and so I'm still telling myself, oh, this would look so much nicer when it's painted, but I don't want to paint it. I mean, look at this. I will sink like another 50 hours into this until I'm satisfied with the result. So yeah. Also, I don't know what to do with those little kids, to be honest. I mean, they look nice, but I don't know if I will do many photos with them, or like, I don't know, stop motion perhaps. Because I still need like an intro. I need an intro for the stream. I need an intro for the review shows as well. Well, like a proper intro. I don't know. And I thought a bit of like mixed media with figure footage, stop motion footage, maybe animation as well. Maybe real life footage of me. Something crazy and over the top. And then of course it also has to be like a short stinger, because If it takes too long, people lose interest. I mean, imagine if you click on a figure review video and you have to watch like a 90-second intro. Nobody does this. I mean, nobody watches like YouTube videos anymore, so at least for like reviews and stuff, you just go on like Shorts or TikTok and see a guy or a girl waving in front of the camera, spinning the box like this, and then showing all the parts into her iPhone Pro Max 70 camera and have some K-pop playing in the background. Yeah, those are the reviews people enjoy. Not me, like an old guy sitting there and talking about how you can mount your scale figure on an Endro plate because I found out by chance. So, well, different strokes for different folks. Okay, so I guess I still need the blue. This is such a horrible paint. Oh my god, why I'm doing this? Why do I use like garbage material and complain that the result is not good? It's like, oh, I use a hammer to clean my windows. Why aren't they like clean? Why I destroy my windows with the hammer? It's like this. So basically I'm just a danger to myself. Okay. Then of course, if you, it's like Frank Sinatra said, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. So if you can make it with like garbage material, you can also do it with like good materials. So maybe, or maybe it even gets worse. You don't know. Okay, so I guess this concludes the black part. Can put this away for now, at least. And now let's start with the gray. What's the gray color? This is the gray color. Like those tubs. I used them. I thought, oh, that might be nice to store your paint in, but you can't unscrew them. So, like I said, garbage materials, garbage workflow. Okay. So I guess I have to use a couple of water drops as well for here. There's a chunk. At least I managed to make enough of this particular color mix, because I didn't know how much I would need. I was quite sure that this is not enough, but since I'm using so little color and so little paint, yeah, I might have some left. So it's enough. Quite astounding. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so warm up. I guess I need this one because I want to get rid of the masking tape on here. Let's see. It's a big brush for such a small piece. It's a big brush, so but I have to clean it anyways. Doesn't really matter. I mean, I showed the parts to Oki. what he was thinking about them, because he has much more experience when it comes to plamo building. And sorry, he was like, yeah, those look fine. How's the fitting? And I was like, I don't know. Maybe it's great. Maybe I did add too much paint, and now the fitting is horrible. So we will see when I put it together if I have to like sand off all the packs and the parts where it goes together, because it's one thing to take it apart and paint it. I mean, it's easier, way easier that way. But of course, I have to calculate for the fact that those parts are like really have to be really exact in order to fit together, to snap together. So yeah, it's funny. Yeah, but other than that, stream was fun. And like I said, I will try to make this once in a month occasion. Okay, so that's this. So now I have this big leg part. It's like almost like a chicken leg, like a tendy. The problem with this part is it is big, it is easy to paint, but I can't really hold it with a clamp. So I have to leave a spot and paint it afterwards. So basically like double the work. And also I noticed that here there is a bit on both sides, I see, that is actually supposed to be black, and I painted it gray. So once this is finished, I still have to paint this area black. It's one of the few parts where there is no color separation. So. Oh yeah, and I'm also, of course, I learned a few new terms for the hobby. I can't recall them, but I heard them at least. Like when the runner is like molded to the pieces. I know that the small pieces are called gate, so I remembered this. Most likely because there was an anime series called Gate as well, and I kind of like this series. So yeah, how was it called? Was it undermine? No, something with under. Like when the runner is molded in a way that you can nip out the parts and don't, and the stress marks or the marks where the gate touch the piece are in a position where you basically don't see it on the finished build. So it's hidden somewhere on the back side or underneath. Yeah. And so apparently this is a quality feature of a kit, when it has lots of parts that can be nipped out of the runner without having any visible stress marks to account. So, but yeah. But yeah, like with MR, and I'm also like so unhappy how the arms, and most probably also the legs turn out, because you still can see the seams. Here you can't already, you don't see them anymore as much, where the parts came together. But I guess from now on, moving forward, I will try to glue them together and work with those advanced techniques like using plastic cement and maybe also dissolving some excess material like run-up parts and have it filled in with putty and all the because I know that I can do it, and I know what has to be done to mitigate those effects. It's only like a fact of, do you really want to commit to this whole bit, or do you just want to build the kit in like a couple hours and then just went on to the next one? Because let's be honest, building a new kit, it's an awesome thing. I mean, you can see progress, you can see, oh, today I'm doing this and tomorrow I'm doing that, and oh, I bought all those kits and built them. In comparison, if you like build one and spend like the next 2 months on it, not like just me like once in a week, but really like each day building, painting, detailing the same kit. Because let's be honest, we all do this like for attention, don't we? I don't know. I mean, it's always like the question I ask people, or I also ask myself, when was the last time you did something truly for yourself? Like, you didn't take any pictures of it, like progress pictures or even pictures of the finish thing. You didn't brag with it online. You didn't even tell somebody that you did it. And it can be simple things like don't have to be like productive things as well. Just like watching a show. When was the last time you watched a show for yourself and didn't talk about it that much, or like played a video game? I mean, hopefully for those little things, for those entertainment things, I guess people still do it. But like for hobby things, since social media is a thing, most of the people I know share their builds and their hobbies and their creative output. And that's not a bad thing. I mean, but just be honest to yourself that you like to share your progress with people, and not just friends. I mean, it would be like another thing if it just like your 5 closest friends, but basically we try to, I mean, we post stuff on Reddit and basically we hope to impress strangers with it, and we feel good when they say, oh, that's a nice thing you did, very, very cool, and wow, and it feels nice. I mean, can't argue with that. But yeah, it also leads to the thing that you don't do stuff for yourself anymore. You also have always like has to be some result in the end. And at least for my what's this? For my understanding, this is also why I'm not really trying out many new things, because I would love to play an instrument. I really would love to play an instrument. It's not just a hypothetical. But I know that I can't just sit there and play the piano or the guitar or what else. I would have to learn it, and maybe I would be able to learn it. I don't know even if I'm able to learn it. The first, like, what usually takes it to be good in something, like 1,000 hours, 2,000 hours, there's like a saying or something, would be terrible. So the first 1,000 hours learning an instrument would not be like something you would be comfortable sharing on the internet and say, hey, look at me, I'm so awesome, I'm like playing, like, what was this one thing everyone plays for Elise, or like Smoke on the Water, like for drums or for bass, stuff like that. So you wouldn't do this, or if you do, you would look kind of silly and cringe. So basically you have to like put hundreds and thousands of hours into it until you have like enough skill to brag about it. So yeah. I mean, I only do this. I mean, I'm a novice in Gampler building as well, but at least I have a bit of knowledge about like doing other miniatures or doing model building stuff on a different scale or for a different theme. So I'm not a complete novice when it comes to crafting, painting, gluing, stuff like that. So it's like if somebody plays the bass guitar and wants to learn normal guitar. So there is an advantage. So, okay, so let me get rid of the black color in this brush because the pieces are getting smaller and smaller, and basically they are all almost finished. I just need to clean them a bit with some, I guess I need an even smaller brush for them. Let's see, maybe this one. Maybe this one is fine because there is a bit of spillage from the what is it called, panel line ink. So yeah, I know, Oki told me as well. So normally when I do things like this, I have to apply a gloss top coat, then do the panel lining, and then add a matte top coat as well. Yeah, but I don't do this. I mean, no. I mean, it works well just without this extra step. So I'm keeping to my workflow and just have those little spillage points covered up. Because I want to have this ready before Christmas, at least. Well. Okay, next one. So I hope I still have the instruction guide, because when I need to put it together, I will need it. Don't know how to put all those parts together without instructions. Such a long time that I built her. Oh well. Yesterday I had a family dinner once again, and I showed my parents how to panel line, and they were mind blown. You just can do this like without a brush, just drop some paint on the surface and it will move where it belongs. I mean, when it works, it is really like magic. But if it don't work, oh well, then you have to clean like I do now. And you spill it. And you can't just wipe it off because there is paint underneath. Oh yeah. I mean, why not? But of course, those details are important, and I just realized that I didn't use the marker here, so let me see if the marker works. Does the marker work? I hope so, because I want to have this detail here established. I don't know if the marker doesn't want to work anymore, if there is no ink in it, or if I just murdered it. I guess. I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe I have to use the ink. Should I use the ink? I use the ink. What's the worst that could happen? Yes. I mean, almost without a spillage. But yeah, apparently the marker is a bit sleepy, empty. I mean, it was a hand-me-down, so you know how it is when people say, "Oh, you can have this. Take this. It's almost empty. You can have this." Yeah. So yeah, but I bought some nice Mr. Hobby, like glue, paint, primer, top coat. Also some weathering kits, basically some fancy makeup for model builder. Just I wouldn't be like surprised if it's almost the same stuff that you can also put on your face for makeup. I mean, at least I know that doll people do this all the time. Have a makeup suitcase and use real makeup on their resin or like porcelain dolls, and then just spray it with top coat, and yeah, nobody will know. So okay, so what's about this part? What's with this part here? I guess I just use another layer of paint because it dropped down, not on stream, but when I moved it, so I just will add another layer of paint, and I have to clean it as well, so it doesn't really matter. Oh well. I mean, of course, the 5 pieces that fell to the ground last Saturday, not all of them are mine. Oki added his fair share as well, so yeah. Those are his mistakes. But I was impressed he was aware of my progress because he watched the streams. So yeah, that's very nice. But now, since streaming is such a, like, should I say, like a legacy activity for people, not the trendy new thing, I don't know many people that still stream on a regular basis. I know a couple of them did it back in the day when like streaming was the hot new thing someone could do, like play a video game on stream was like peak content. It was the hot top era, if you remember, where all the ladies sat in a hot top in a bikini. When this was the big controversy, we had no AI to worry about. We just had like scanty clothed people in hot tops begging for attention. This was I'm so bad with like remembering certain events and tying them to a year. So if I'm telling you like when streaming was really popular amongst all the people, I can't remember if it was like 5 years ago. I mean, not 5 years ago, because 5 years ago already was like a COVID. So streaming wasn't really I mean, it still was because like of all the lockdowns and like let's plays and stuff, but still, the time I'm searching for was before that. So I guess it's like already like 15 years. Because I have like really little anchor stones in my timeline. So basically, I know it sucks, but of course the COVID is one of them, like the COVID era. I mean, yeah, we have no like major war, so we cannot tie it to this. But I have like the COVID era, I know. Then I have the anchor where I stopped producing Deconis Highs. So I know that this is like 2015, so this is an hard anchor point for me. So, and I know like when I still did Deconis Highs and then when I still went to conventions on a regular basis, I knew that live streaming from conventions, like that all the events were hosting their own live stream, because first of all they missed like the video train. They always wanted to have video, like produced video, like reports and music videos and stuff like that, but most of them found out that it's really hard to do because yeah, it takes a lot of effort. But short after this they realized, hey, we can do live streams, it's not that complicated, and we just like host our own program and just put a camera in front of it, and voila, we have a live stream. So live streaming from conventions was then the hot thing to do. It was so hot right now, and yeah. So, and even back then, like live streaming was like this, yeah, normal thing to do, or like really trendy. And of course, I couldn't bother with it because I still made like offline podcasts that are like have a renaissance. Like I think that the podcast or the long form video format, like an interview that is basically just a podcast with an image, with a video, has a bit of a renaissance right now. And of course then there is like the greatest renaissance of all, the Bleach renaissance right now. No. Yeah. Because right now we are in a Bleach renaissance. That would be like a silly little one-liner from Deconis Highs back then. We would have used this as a one-liner. Because let's be honest, since we didn't go to conventions anymore, we also stopped producing new like insider gags and one-liners. So we still use the old ones when we see each other, like the group of friends where I used to work with. But of course, it's kind of weird if you like telling all those old jokes over and over again. Would be cool to have something new, but yeah, of course, if we are not like hanging out together as much as anymore, it's hard to come up with new insiders. If you're not inside, it's hard to come up with insiders, you know. And yeah. And since I don't have those luxuries at work to have like really, you know, spontaneous and funny coworkers, yeah, I don't have any new one-liners or catchphrases or like jokes we can tell each other. Okay, so this is okay. This is also okay, I guess. Let me see. I mean, there is a bit of gray where it shouldn't be. So hopefully the marker says yes. I mean, I guess it's okay. It's okay. Could be worse. What's with this piece? Is this okay? Now that I've cleaned it. I mean, yes. And even if it's not perfect, I can still say, oh, this is weathering. It's supposed to look like this. It's a weathering effect, because it's like scratches in the metal of her armor, battle scars, and so on. So I will now apply a finishing layer on this little piece that has no color separation, and after that I will just remove the masking tape and see how it went. How terrible is it? Because let's be honest, can't be really good. Can't be good, can it? Okay, so I need some tools to remove it. Let's see, what do we have here? I guess it's also like, at least with normal paint, if you paint the room or something, it's better to remove the tape, the masking, when your paint is still wet. I hope this applies to model building as well. Yeah, it's not terrible, but still I have to counter paint it a bit, but it's okay. I mean, it's a bit color separated. I will lay it here to dry. And let's see. Okay, so can I paint something else? Yeah, I guess this robot arm. That's a real nice piece. I like this arm of hers here, where it's like there's a good amount of details on it. I like those ridges. Good. The only thing I don't dislike on this part is that the plastic gaps where the parts came together are so visible. Still, with all this paint, it's still so visible. So this would be like one part where I like to glue it together and sand it off until nothing is visible anymore from this gap. I mean, I can try to put in as much paint as I want, but let's be honest, this only looks fine in a moment, because if you like drop in wet paint in a groove, it looks totally perfect when it's fresh, but once the paint dries and all the water evaporates, yeah, the crack will be there once again. So I don't want to add like 20 layers of paint just to get rid of those like what is it called, gaps. I guess it's a gap. I guess it's a gap. I mean, on the back side as well, there's a bit of an imperfection. Oh no, it's an imperfection. You just have to eliminate the imperfection. Well. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, What's the temperature? Oh, the temperature already rose about like 2 degrees, so... Because until the central heating is running again, I have to heat my home with like with the 3D printer or with like the PC, or maybe I will mine some crypto when the heating is done, because it emits a lot of heat. Or I will just rent out my hardware for server farms so that it produces heat, so that I don't have to freeze. It's a bit annoying. I mean, that's like the downsides if you're owning a house now. Everything that breaks, you have to repair or at least deal with it yourself. Because in a rental apartment, if something breaks, you just call a number and complain and say, "Hey, landlord, my electricity is down, do something about it." And usually they do, in a very short amount of time. And also, if you have like an accident in your apartment, like a water leakage or yeah, some minor damage, yeah, you know, it's in the end it's not your property, so you don't really care as much. I mean, sure, it's annoying as well if you have to get like handyman in your apartment to fix stuff. You have to be at home at least, so. But still, nothing compared to a own home. Okay, so I think this is ready as well. At least I will let it be. Because usually if you try to over-improve on something, you make it worse. You say, oh, I will just try to get it a bit more perfect, and oh no, now it's ruined, And then you have to counter it, and so on, so you will never be satisfied. And like I said, if it's put together and you have like a whole, because now you're focusing on one part, on one single detail, on one misguided stroke. But when you put it all together, and if you're not watching at it under a microscope or under a macro lens, you won't notice all this. It will just be like a gray robot girl with like silly hair and silly armor, so nobody will get this close to your build and say, "Ah, there is one stroke that doesn't look right." I mean, but yeah, I guess that's the curse if you are a person who sets very high standards, especially to themselves. Because to be honest, I've seen so many like you know, painted figures, or like people who draw something and they are really proud of it, and I look at it and I'm saying to myself, okay, I would never put this up in my room or in my showcase, because I wouldn't be able to look at this. Yeah, so and I also know if somebody like look at my stuff, and I know if something is good or not, at least if I build it. So if somebody comes up and says, "Hey, this looks so nice," and I know that it's basically looks like shit, because I know how it should look, or how good things can look. I know that either this person is very polite, or has no clue, or is just an idiot. And just, or not an idiot, but has like low standards in terms of aesthetic. But most of the time people really don't care. They want just be polite. So they say, oh, that looks nice. So yeah, of course. Of course you do this as a decent human being. You don't criticize someone's work. That's so strange. If you have like on picture sharing sites, I mean, you don't do this on social media because social media is not a thing where you criticize people, and if you do, you come off like as a jerk. But even like in dedicated communities where they supposedly share stuff to receive feedback or proper feedback on it, if you are the one who says, yeah, that's a nice photo, but it could have looked better if you have done this or that, or just say I would have done this or that, or maybe it looked better or something like that, it always comes off of like arrogant. I don't know. So I think about it to give this feedback, because it's like unasked feedback, and then I think about it and I delete all of it and say, yeah, that's a nice picture, congratulations, keep up the good work, oh, it's just so sweet, and stuff like that. So yeah. Also, this tea is very like, it's just basically it's just hot water. I should have used more tea. Less water, more tea. But I'm usually not making a batch of tea, so I'm not used to how much of tea I should put into like 2 liters of water. I know how much to put in a cup, but not so much how much. And I constantly want to wash my brush in the tea, so maybe this improves the taste, so who knows. Can't really get any worse than this watery tea I have here. I mean, it should basically taste like almond paste, like fig and almond paste. I know it's a weird combination, but it smells so good because I like almond paste, like marzipan. It's one of my favorite sweets. And yeah, the tea smells incredible good, but like it's almost always the case, tea smells so much nicer than it tastes. Yeah, but if you make it proper, it's still a good tea, but now it's just too watery. And also, it helps if you add sugar. I know most like tea people, like where they get really serious into tea, they condemn sugar, so they just might use like some milk in a black tea because it's a thing, yeah, no. But most of the time, like sugar, like processed sugar, like white sugar, they will say, no, you can't put sugar in the good tea. But honestly, I almost always do this. Because let's be honest, sugar is something that enhances the taste. So, yeah. I mean, there are very little teas where I don't add sugar. Most of the time, green teas, I don't use sugar on green teas that much. But if it's like a heavy fruit tea, I just add sugar. Sometimes even a lot of sugar. So that it's basically just like a soda. I mean, it depends on my craving. I don't use honey. I don't like the taste of honey when it's used as a sweetener. And I also don't use like those candies, sugar like rocks and stuff like that, or brown sugar for sweetening my teas or my beverages. Just plain white sugar. Basically the stuff they show the children how much sugar is in a can of Red Bull, and they plunge out this sack of sugar and say, how many sugar cubes are in a can of Red Bull? I mean, yeah, if you put it like this, I mean, like 20 pieces of sugar cubes. If you have to eat 20 pieces of sugar cubes, they don't really taste that nice. Trust me, I know. I've done this. I've like, you know, I was out of sweets, so I had like this package of sugar cubes, and I ate one of them, like one after the other. But it gets old really quick, so I guess congratulations to the soda pop industry to make sugar cube tastes good. Because eating raw sugar cubes is like not the best thing. And that's coming from me as a sugar addict. It's like someone saying, doing pure cocaine is not good. But if you bake a cake with it, then that's yummy. I think that was weed, but okay. Can you bake with cocaine? Is this a thing? I mean, I guess you can use like edibles, like mushrooms. You can cook with it. Can you? I don't know. I'm not much of a drug person, to be honest. But yeah. So last Saturday after the stream was weird. We went to a restaurant, like an all-you-can-eat restaurant, because I was really hungry. I haven't eaten the whole day and I had nothing at home, so I knew that I can get my money's worth. It was Asian all-you-can-eat, with like where you get all the sushi and nigiris and maki, and also like meat stews and like fried chicken, everything that has a hint of Asian cuisine in it. And I mean, it costs a bit of money, but ultimately if you sum up all the things I ate, and even if you order this like from a really cheap restaurant, it's still a lot. So, and the strange thing is, because normally they also make a ton of, or at least some of the money with like drinks, and nobody did ask us what to order for drinks, because usually you go to this restaurant and there is no item on the menu. You just sit down and you have this one ticket for all you can eat. So what you eat is out of the question, but normally they ask you about the drinks. But then I think, then I remembered you have to order the drinks. There is no waiter anymore, so you just have a tablet, and I think you also have to order the drinks via the tablet. Huh? And we didn't order drinks, so. And if you don't order drinks, surprisingly, in a restaurant, it's still kind of cheap. Because I'm not a big drinking person while I'm eating, so it's okay for me. I don't need to drink, especially not a lot. Yeah. So, and so I considered it like it was like 25 euro per person. So I consider this as cheap, believe it or not. For the amount we ate and for the quality of the food, because it's like, if 0 is like literally eating garbage and 10 is like the best meal you could ever imagine, it was like a 6, 5 or 6 basically, maybe a 6.5, so not that bad. So yeah. Okay. So what's next? I cleaned all the parts. I applied the last coat. So should I start a new piece? I start a new piece. We start a new piece. We open the box of wonders. I will just put this on. I put this on the floor. It didn't hit the floor. It was deliberate. So this is like the second chicken leg. Yum 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 yum. And yeah, I will just add the first layer of gray paint to the chicken leg. If I can just... Okay, I guess this holds in place. So let's see. First layer is always the worst because it looks so ugly. And I would appreciate if this stays on my clamp in any... Okay, I guess. It's such a strange piece because it's huge. It has a lot of like different angles, and still I can't attach a clamp. So it's a bit annoying, but yeah. Let's see. Can you imagine also priming those parts as well? Add a primer. I guess adding a primer is just basically instead of sanding it. So I had lots of work to do with sanding it, but if you are lazy, you can just prime it and just basically construct a rough surface where the real paint is just sticking to it. So yeah, I guess it's okay. You don't sand it and then prime it. But then on the other hand, if you paint like something in the house, for example, when we did renovate the place, you can just sand it, prime it, sand it, paint it, sand it, paint it. So you don't ever use two layers of paint on top of each other. You always just paint, sand, and if you want to do it really good, you just paint, sand it with a grit, paint it, sand it with an even higher grit, and so you go on and on and on and on, and you get it out really, really smooth. But of course, this takes so long. I mean, we did this like in parts at the staircase, and it basically like the staircase is just a small hallway, and we worked like 2 or 3 weeks on it. And I don't mean like 2 or 3 weeks like painting once a week like I did here. So no, 2 or 3 weeks like every day. It's like basically your job. You wake up in the morning, you start renovating, you start painting, and you go at the late afternoon, you stop. Next day you come back, you continue with work. So yeah. But then the result is, of course, really, really good. Or you just like move to a newly constructed place, then you don't have to renovate. So it's also a possibility, of course. Have a newly built home made out of concrete. That's also a possibility. I also hope that I applied enough paint to the backside of all of those parts, because I'm not sure what I will see when I pose it in a certain way. you might see the backside of the parts, and most of them are not sanded and therefore also aren't painted. So I hope that I don't have some areas where you can clearly see the original paint job. Because once I notice that it's basically not painted all the way through, I won't change it anymore, because then the piece is already primed and or top coated and panel lined and stuff like that. So I will just leave it as it is. Yeah, hopefully I just made the right decision. And also I don't want to paint all those inner parts, because I'm afraid that the fitting isn't great anymore. So I will be hard pressed to press this together as hard as I can. Because believe it or not, paint does add up. Small layers of paint will add up to like a significant larger surface. That's such a strange piece. Okay, what else do we have that we can paint gray? I guess her chest part, but this is not sanded yet, so I mean I can paint those little small screws. I mean, they look like screws. There has to be like 4 of them in the box, but I only have 3 now, so where's the 4th one? Hello? Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, so now it's the question, how can I hold them without like losing them? Now we might see another piece hitting the floor, because this is really dangerous to work on. I guess I have to like be really careful with the pressure of the brush, and now I can like limit myself to an even finer brush pressure. Oh yeah, that looks nice. So nice how those pieces gain instant nicety if you paint them. Because now, if you look at this, like those small little knobs, they look like nothing. And once you add even one layer of paint, it becomes so much better, so much nicer. The light stops reflecting from all the surfaces, and all the shadows come out more clearly. And even with just one layer of paint without panel lining, it just looks so much better. So if you ever need a hobby that gives you a ton of work for little money, just build a plastic model kit. I swear you will love it. You will love it. I mean, you only have to pay like 20 bucks for the model kit, and then like 200 bucks for all the tools, but we don't talk about this. Because tools are an investment, you know? Because if you build one kit, it's just 200 bucks, but if you build 200 kits, it becomes like $1 per kit, so this is still very, very cheap, you know, the cost per usage. Basically all like lies you tell to yourself to justify purchases. like those guys when they say they can build something by themselves because it won't take them, it won't cost them as much as buying it from a store, like furniture and so on. And they have like this basically fully equipped workshop. So of course they can build it, but then again, if you don't have all the tools and the space to do it and the workshop, yeah, it might still be cheaper to buy it. It's like with 3D printing, because for the next figure photo, for the Marin one, I bought a bunch of miniatures, treasure stuff like gold coins and gold bars and everything that looks like a pirate treasure, basically. And yeah, of course I could have printed those things. I'm pretty sure I even can download the files from someone. It's not that unusual to print stuff like that. But then again, it would have cost me filament, it would cost me time, it would have cost me like energy to produce it. So yeah, I just buy it. I mean, of course it's like cheating, it's an easy way, but then again, it's also the more clever way to do it. Okay, so those are like parts I don't really need, because they are like, how should I put it, hooks and like, yeah, I don't know. Then there are like a bunch of needles. Oh, okay, like this. Can I pull this out? I guess I can. Hopefully it doesn't hit the floor. Let me see if I can pull this out. And I also want to pull apart the legs if I can, because I sanded the legs and now the grime is between those gaps and it looks even worse than before, I guess. So okay, now I don't have a part separator. This is also a thing I have to buy. Part separator. So I will just try to use this pincer to get it removed. Okay, I did it. And can I open the leg part? I guess not. That's really hard to... It's like glued together. Let me see. No, I don't think I can pull this apart safely. Or can I? Or can I? Ooh, I can. I guess I can. Let's see. I really don't want to stress out those parts, but I guess I can take. Let's see. Maybe I can do it with this little plastic thingy that's a bit blunt, so I won't damage it. Okay, it comes loose. It comes loose. It comes loose. Okay. I can now see it. God damn it! Don't want to break it. Would be really annoying. I mean, basically, I now can clean the gaps. And okay, I managed to pry it open. Okay. So yeah. So maybe should I already try to glue it together and have it like sanded and try to dissolve some runner parts? I guess I'd try this as a little extra thing on the stream. Okay, so it's now open, okay. But this part, I wanted to paint this part. So this part first, then the second leg, and then I will try to glue it and to have it like make my own flesh putty to put it in. Yeah. Because like at some point I have to learn it, and at some point I have to do it. Because it's one thing to hear about it and you know that this technique exists, and it's another thing to basically do it yourself. I really don't know if I sanded this part here, because the paint doesn't want to stick on it as well, but I guess I had sanded it because I sanded the leg part, so I just sanded over it. Alright. It's okay, it sticks enough. I mean, it's the first layer, so it has to look terrible, I guess. Okay, so this is the first one. So basically I built the whole kit, and now I'm taking it apart, each part, separate it and paint it, and then put it together a second time. So first time building it was just an exercise, a rehearsal for the real build. So okay, second leg. I just have to remove this. This is the easy part, to remove this. At least I hope so, that it's easy. Because where the front plates are, I already broke some pegs. I mean, you can't see it, but yeah, I broke some of those pegs. Okay, and now to open this as well. Okay, I managed to pry it open a bit on this side as well. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now it's almost there. I really should invest in the part separator. Okay, here it comes. Here it comes. Easy does it. Easy does it. Okay. There are the polycaps as well in there. Is the polycap here as well? I guess so. Does this... the polycap should... How should this polycap look? Because it should look like this, I think. Because if it looked like this, you can't really swivel it. I have to read the instructions, because if I glue this together now, I will not be able to basically change it anymore. So I have to be careful. But yeah, just the polycaps. Okay. So I have them both open, and yeah, well, try to glue them together with my new plastic cement, and also to melt some of the runner pieces and make my own putty, or just press it together real hard. I don't know, maybe. Okay, but just first we paint. First we paint, then we glue. Paint glue. I'm also wondering if I dissolve a runner in glue and it becomes like a mashed potato putty to put into my gaps. When I do this with a brush, what does it to the brush? How can I get it off the brush? Do I have to use like thinner or like water, or like or do I just do it with another piece of plastic? But then again, wouldn't the piece of plastic melt? Or do it with the like edge of my pincer? I don't know. I really don't know how to do this. I mean, you're supposed not to get this onto your fingers, I think so. Well, but we will see. We will shortly see how to achieve this. Okay. So this was the last. Oh, I can already paint the chicken leg a second time. Right now I can just add a bit of paint here where I did hold it, because this is not finished yet, so I have to still give them a couple of layers of paint so that this one is finished as well. What's the time? We are nearing midnight, so and I guess I don't want to stream past midnight, so I guess I will just try to glue it, and if it works well I might be happy and stream for a while longer, and if it doesn't work I will just call it a day and come back later. So let's see, because I'm really curious how this works. Okay, so this is one layer, and then I can paint the second chicken layer once again, because it's a really big piece and I need I just procrastinate. I don't want to glue this part together. So, but maybe it works super well and I think to myself, hey, this is really fun, I should do this on all the parts. Because basically I know how plastic glue can just melt plastic away. I mean, let's be honest, we call it like plastic cement, and we give a shit about our brands and stuff like that. But in reality, when I glued the little armory weapons with my Revell plastic glue, like the super basic Revell plastic glue you get in just all the stores that sell model kits like planes and panzers and automobiles, it just basically also melts the plastic away. Because let's be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if all those like chemicals, they have fancy name and fancy recipes, but basically it's like a painkiller. There only is like 3 ingredients that are useful, and the rest is just, you know, marketing and fairy dust. So because I wouldn't be surprised if this is also the case with those paints and stuff like this. So it's basically all the same, but just in a different mixture, and maybe one is stronger than the other, but yeah. So yeah, and I'm also still annoyed that my heating system is down. So it's one of the things that you can't get out of your head, even if you try to distract yourself with a nice hobby. But deep down, you know, the issue is still there, and so yeah, it's a bit annoying. Also, if It's also annoying when you don't know what is the fault or the issue and how to solve it. Bugs you even more. And also have to rate someone, so I mean, and give them a bit of cheer money. Oops, it's a bit much paint. For such a small area. But I'm so not nervous, but like curious how she will look like once everything is completed. The bad thing is I didn't take a photo of her when she was, or at least a good photo, when she was finished, the build, but unpainted. It's a bit of a shame. Maybe I can place her beneath Oki's Gurai, because I think his is still unpainted, so that we can see the difference on this scale. Because I mean, yeah, it's another model and another figure, but still the concept is the same, basically. So basically I'm now painting all those parts, and it takes me super long time to do it. And now I'm thinking, what if I also decided to weather them as well? So, wow. Oh god. Okay, so let's see if I can just glue this and you know, just have those parts be if it dissolves. So first of all, I need a glass. So I need two things. I need my cement, and I need a glass. And I use this one, and there are the parts in here for the MR kit, so I will just put them here. And I need the parts from the architect kit that are here in this tin can. Okay, so let's see. I'm searching for like those parts from the flesh colored, skin colored runner. So I put like 5 of them in here. Okay, maybe like, no, 6 pieces in here. The rest comes back into the little container. And now I will just try the cement. So those are like those things that can. Okay, so how much should I use? I can't even get it in there. So, oh god, that's really strong. Oh my god, how much? How can I get it in there without like? I don't have a spoon or something. Should I just spill it into it? Okay, I spilled it into it, and I just got some of my onto my fingers as well. So I don't think that's. Oh god! Oh god! It just instantly dissolves my mat. Oh god. Okay, this was a. Oh my god! It smells so bad. And yeah, there was a grid. Okay, and now let's see if it smelts. So I have to like close it because it. Okay. Oh my god, it smells so horrible. Does it like melt? I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know how much I should get in there, but I mean, I'll just let it sit like this and see what's happened. I mean, basically, I just will. I won't use. Okay, let's check how those caps should be aligned when I build this leg. Let's see. Where is the leg part? That's the arm. That's the weird chicken thing. There is the leg part. Okay, so cap should go in like. This is the part, so cap should go in like this. And this should go in like this. Okay, yeah. So now we just use the glue and press it together and hope for the best. So the cap doesn't have any orientation, or does it? No, it's just the same from both sides. So first time gluing, here goes nothing, here goes nothing. Chemicals. Should I do both sides or just one? Or does it matter? Does it even matter if I do both sides? Now I know why I shouldn't use this in like not ventilated rooms. Okay, so now I press it together. Press it together like really hard. Oh god. I just close this again. Is this now better? I mean, it sure is. It sure is glued now, so I mean there is still a bit of gap I can see. So how's the parts doing? Does it dissolve? And if so, how can I use them? I mean they dissolve. See? Problem is I can't really get them out anymore, so just they not stick to the glass. And maybe I can just use the, where is it? Here is it. I mean, it doesn't really dissolve all the way, so we just go over those gaps and have them welded. Okay. I really don't know what I'm doing here, but hopefully this makes any sense. Okay. So now we turn it around, do it the same on the other side as well, and then let's see if we can sand this off. Because now it looks definitely worse than it looked prior, so yeah, I will now just let this rest for a while. I mean, it did dissolve a bit, but still, yeah, I don't know about it. Is it dry? No. I guess I have to let it dry for a bit of time, so I just let's see. I can grab the. I guess I can do it like this. Okay, yeah, sure. There is no metal here, but this is metal. Okay. So I will just restrain myself from doing the second part because, yeah, I'm not sure. So let me just continue to paint a bit of black until this dries up, and then I will just try to sand it, and then I call it a day. So how's about that? How's about that? Now I'm dizzy. I'm really dizzy from the plastic cement. And I ruined my placemat, so nice one. Nice one, nice one. Okay, so just let me take another sip of tea. Maybe this helps against the fumes. Okay, black. Or should I just... Well, there's a bit of blue missing, but let me see if I can just repair this. I guess I can just take it in my hand or just lie it there. And very nice, very nice. Okay, that's good enough, I would say. Then we need another layer of black here. Okay, because that's still a bit unclean. Okay, so nothing fell to the floor, but I just painted my monitor. Nice. But this doesn't matter. It's an old monitor. That's why he is here. So I think those parts are acceptable in a way. What's about this? This one has to be painted a bit. Okay. So I guess that's enough with the blue. But I can add another layer of black on here. Maybe here a bit of blue. Yeah, okay. So maybe here the final black layer. Where is the black? Is this the black? No, that's water. This is the black. This is the black color. I'm using this for everything, I guess. Open my paint, pull apart parts, so very versatile tool. Okay, well, about that. So, don't need this. Thank you very much. There's still some gray in there, I guess. But hopefully this doesn't really matter, because soon it will be overwhelmed with black. So, should I paint it on the inside too? I guess I have to. Because there is a chance that you can see it. And also the edges are much nicer if you paint them as well. They get a bit rounder and a bit thicker, so it doesn't look like cheap plastic anymore. It looks more like a more substantial material, so that's nice. I'm so curious about the black thing now. How it will look after I sanded it. If it's just the same, or if it's better, or if it's like worse. Because basically I'm looking for no visible gaps, that would be fine, and also that the particles and the dust of the sandpaper that is like black, or at least I will use the Mr. Hobby one that is a bit more gray than black, so I guess to help neglect those black marks, but still it's not like white or flesh colored, so if dust gets in there you will see it instantly. So yeah, so I hope that you won't see it and it looks a bit nicer than before. Otherwise I will just put together the second leg and don't speak of this ever again. Okay, so final black layer on this part as well. And what's about this? Should I paint this already? Oh, what the heck, if I have the black paint open already, why not? Why not paint it? Because I think I don't have applied any paint to this part of the torso. But maybe I should like use paint and not just like water. Would be very effective. I mean, there is a thin layer of paint and then there is just basically watering it. Okay. It's a bit tricky here because there are like two pieces with different colors on it, and I can't really pull them apart, or I don't want to pull them apart because they stick together so nicely that would be a shame if I damage them, just to have an easier time painting this. So yeah, I'm not doing that, but let's see how I can paint this middle thing here. Okay, I guess it goes like this. Just have to be very careful. Okay. Is there a little dent for her navel? Oh my god, really? I guess there is a little dent for her navel in this section. Really? Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. It's also a thing. If you paint your kit, you spend so much time looking at all those parts and all those shapes that you recognize small details like this, that there is a small indent that I guess should represent her navel. So yeah. Okay. First layer of black on this front part of the torso. Is it the front part of the torso? I guess it's the front part of the torso. Is completed. Oh no, there is still a part missing here, the upper part. So couldn't miss that. Couldn't miss that. Maybe it's important, but it looks now nicer than before because the black got a little bit gray when you sand it. It basically becomes a bit of a mixture. And now I can just add a little bit of blue here because it needs a bit of repair. And then we look at our leg and see how it went down. Okay. Stop it now. Stop it, Ron. Stop it. Adios, Paintos. We will see you at another day. Okay, so the leg. That's now the part that interests me. Okay. So it looks glued. It looks like it, like, what is it called? Shiny and glued and yuck and So I need sanding paper. The good stuff from the good company. Like, yeah, let's see. Let's see if we sand this with the good sandpaper from Japan. If the kit is happy, I will just also use water and I sand it. So how does this fare? I mean, I guess it's not much different than before, but I will just keep on sanding and let's see how this looks. Because I also have to wash it afterwards. Because yeah, there's still a gap in here. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm now inclined to use the weathering material as well on her leg. Like the skin colored ones. But then again, I don't know how to apply them. Like, what's a good technique in terms of looks. I mean, I know you do it with like a sponge, but like makeup, but then it's not like, yeah. It's like yeah, that's the right side of the sandpaper. I mean 2000 grit is like almost, you can't tell the difference between the front and the back side of the paper anymore. So if I just keep sanding, I might get rid of this groove. How does this? I mean, there has to be melted plastic in there somewhere. So let's see if I just keep on going. Huh. Maybe I need a bigger grid for the, so that I'm don't sitting here all day. Let's try an 800 grid. Let's try an 800 grid. First. Because there has to be, yeah, okay. I can see where this goes. Because at some point we have to see the melted plastic. I mean, it simply has to. Okay, let's see. Because there are parts where it looks almost convincing, and then there are parts where you still can see like the gap and therefore also the particles that go in there from the sandpaper. That looks now a bit worse, but even if I will wash it, you will still see it, so. I mean, it's now almost like flush, but still. Let's try the backside once again, and then I will wash it. So I will use my Be Right Back screen so that you can look at the Be Right Back screen also. Because normally when I'm in the zone I don't usually leave the stream, as you can tell. No potty break for me when I'm working. So even though I'm drinking all those tea. Okay, that doesn't count. The piece of paper falling to the ground. Okay. I mean, I don't know if it's better or worse than before, to be honest. It's not worth, no, it's not worth, but it's like, was it worth the effort? That is what I'm trying to say. But let's see how much of this we can like brush off and wash off, and then we can see the final result, because now it looks all like grimy. But yeah. Okay, so I will just wash this piece and then we take a look at it. I mean, if you go over it with like closed eyes, you can't feel, even with your fingernail, you don't feel the gap anymore. But yeah, you can still see it, so that's a bit annoying. Again, maybe I just have to like keep sanding until you go so deep that basically at some point there is only melted plastic in there. Let's see. I mean, that's not too bad, but still, this one part, for example, here. Should I use the glass file? Let me try the glass file as a last resort, because I have like, normally I use the coarse glass file, but let me use this is like 10,000. Okay, that's not good. This is fine. Let me use the fine one here. Maybe this will help as my last resort. Oh my god, I think this works. Cut my glass file into. This is my last resort. I think this works. Still much sanding to do, but I think this works. Now with the fine one. Honestly, not so bad. I don't know what's this one. This is like coarse. Okay, let's try the coarse one. It does get better. So what's with the back side? Let me see. I mean, now I can see that there is like material coming off the part actually with the coarse glass file. I don't know what coarse means in terms of like grit, because it just says fine and coarse, and then the other one says like super fine, like 10,000. So, okay. So now we use the fine one. Let's see. Then the super fine one, and then maybe the 2000 sandpaper, because I think it's still finer. Let me see. Now the super fine one. Almost like a polish. We are getting there. I mean, slowly but steady. Okay, so now this, the finest sandpaper is like, let me use a new string of it. Where it is it? Where is it? Where is it? Like this is 800, this is 2000. So just a small piece of it, because I think this is still the way to go. Okay. Okay, so now I will wash it and then come back and we look at the result. And yeah, then we will decide what to do to end the stream. Okay, so see you in a minute. Okay, back again, and yeah, so I don't know. There are still like 2 marks on it where you can clearly see that it is like the what is it called? Like the grime from the sandpaper is wrapped in the seam. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll just glue the other one together and only use the glass files. Yeah, this is like okay-ish, I guess. It's definitely not worse than before. It does shines a bit now. It's a bit glossy, but then again, I will just prime it with the top coat, so doesn't really matter. But it is smooth. You don't feel the gap anymore. You can, like, even with your fingernail, if you go over it, doesn't really. So if you would hand me this as with my eyes closed, I would not can feel any gap, but then again, you can still see it a bit. So yeah, it's a bit unfortunate, but yeah, it was worth a try. I mean, I don't know what's up with those thingies. They don't really dissolve. I mean, I would have like used tons of glue. I will let them here as a stark reminder to not do stuff like this anymore, or just do it in a different way. But yeah, okay, so let me see what to do with the stream, how to end it. Let me see how to rate. Okay, so let me come over here to Twitch and rate another channel. Let's see who's doing stuff. Who's doing stuff? Okay. Maybe someone who is also painting. Let's see. Okay, let's see. So, let's see. Let's rate here. He's also painting. So yeah, okay, that was the stream. Thank you very much. Have a great night. Bye.